Gentlemen, listen to me. If you're an average person just like myself and you're looking to buy an iPhone in 2025, I beg of you, please do not spend $2,000 on the 16 Pro Max. Instead, save your money and consider buying a cheaper alternative, but yet still a capable one, such as this 13 Pro Max. I highly advise you try to get it at an aftermarket price because these deals are cracked. Now, if you want the latest and the greatest and you have the money to buy the 16 Pro Max, by all means, go for it. But if you want to save up, consider the 13 Pro Max. I'll show you what I use it for on a daily basis. So without much surprise, I use my phone the exact same way that you use your phone. So that's watching videos, searching up things online, on the web, on Safari, whatever, and also doom scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. It's basically a brain rot machine, and it's capable of doing all that and a little bit more. For being a brain rot machine where I need to spend a lot of hours a day scrolling mindlessly, it does come with a 6.7 OLED display, which is by all means great for today's standard. Now, it does come with a notch at the top, and compared to the 15 and the 16 where they have dynamic island, I thought this would be an issue for me. However, you don't even notice it. Your brain just kind of clocks out of it, and when you're scrolling and reading stuff, you don't notice the notch at the top. And when I'm scrolling through my apps and reading text and going through web pages, the ProMotion on this still holds up. It is gorgeous. I remember in 2021 when I got the 13 Pro, which I've given to my little brother, I turned on the ProMotion and I was blown away. And when I use this 13 Pro Max, I still feel that way as well. It is buttery smooth. It is like baby oil. No, it's not like baby oil. It is like, a smooth sail, like a wave. It's gorgeous to go through. When I want to get work done, I'm able to use a 13 Pro Max to switch focus modes to give me a better sense of what needs to be done. By creating a focus mode, for example, what I call projects in this, I'm able to change the wallpaper for the lock screen and the home screen and give my phone a new look. So I'm able to get into the mindset that work needs to be done, enabling me to become more productive. Not only that, I'm also able to filter out any notifications that I don't want. So when I'm learning Japanese or I'm studying for an upcoming test, I like to put it on my projects focus mode where I'm only receiving notifications for apps related to dictation, translation, and overall just research for the language I'm learning. When I'm studying Japanese, I like to bring up the translation app here on my phone and talk to the translator and try to have a conversation as opposed to having one with my MacBook. Because when I study, I'm usually outside in a cafe or at a library, and I want it to be less conspicuous by talking into a phone instead of talking into a laptop. So what I do is I have my phone here and I talk to it. Watashi no nihongo wa heta desu.
My Japanese is not good.
And when I talk into it, I have my headphones on, so it just replies back to me. And I like to use my phone for very quick research related tasks. Because if I need to search up something very quick, it's a lot easier to type here instead of having to open up a new browser on my laptop and then go over there. So it's just a little bouncing back in between. But trust me, you are able to use your 13 Pro Max or any iPhone for work purposes. Well, what I really mean to say is that by switching to a different focus mode that I've created, it helps me eliminate any digital clutter that's popping up on my screen. In addition, to keep me productive, I love to use the Reminders app and also put a widget for Google Calendar on my home screen to see if there are any, let's say, credit card bills I need to pay off or large events I need to attend. I have it right on my screen there. But guys, the Reminders app widget is insane. Like, I never thought about bullet points. Like, okay, I did. I'm like an idiot, but it saves my life. It just helps me get things done, okay? Now, aside from using the phone for just communication and entertainment purposes, I believe the best use of a device is when you're able to maximize the quality of life and eliminate any type of inconvenience. So for example, when I start up my car and I plug in my phone, I set up a shortcut so that when CarPlay starts automatically, what it does is it'll start up Waze and set a direction or a course for a location that I want to go to and automatically play YouTube music as well. When I drive home or to work, it automatically turns off my data and turns on Wi-Fi so I'm able to save a couple seconds here and there, add some quality of life, and just minimize having to scroll through with my thumbs. At times, I also use my 13 Pro Max for light content creation. Now, just because it is 4 years old does not mean that its capabilities are outdated. This phone is able to shoot in 60 frames per second at 4K. And the device I'm using right now, recording this video, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, is able to shoot at 4K 60 frames per second. So by no means is this outdated. Yes, later iterations of the iPhone are able to shoot at something much stronger and have better clarity and color and all that stuff. However, as someone that doesn't use my phone for primarily content creation, I'm very happy with what I have right now with the 13 Pro Max. Not only that, the camera on this is still pretty good for today's standards and is perfect for social media posting or taking a nice photo here and there. To finalize, the 13 Pro Max is still an amazing everyday device. Yes, you are missing out on some features that the latest 16 Pro Max does offer, such as a better camera, better battery, and Apple Intelligence. But let's be honest, Apple Intelligence is pretty shit right now, and the 13 Pro Max can still shoot at 4K 60 frames per second. My battery is at 80% health, and it still lasts me the whole day. And there's chargers and plugs around everywhere. You can bring yourself a portable charger. Battery is not really a concern. And yeah, I mean, if you're able to score this at an aftermarket deal, me personally, I got this off Facebook Marketplace for about $680, $650, and that saved me $1,300 as opposed to buying the 16 Pro Max. That would cost me $2,000 retail price. You don't always have to get the latest and greatest. I choose not to, but if you want to, that's totally fine. In fact, I'm a little envious, but for me, I want to stay with something a little bit later, a little bit older, so that in the future I can get something that I really want. Take care, guys.